Welcome to the Digital Kingpins panel. It's a very humble title for this panel.
The channel, Barely Political, has, I think, 1.8 billion views to date, and the Key of Awesome now is over 1 billion of the total views. So that became our big series. When we became part of YouTube, I started working a lot more with other channels, a lot of them comedy, thinking about how they can succeed on YouTube, what works, why.
We launched CC Studios in January, the end of January, which is a new initiative for Comedy Central. We're really focused on using the digital environment to develop new content, break new formats, franchises, and really kind of expand the conversation for talent and give them more opportunity to start to work with us.
CollegeHumor makes sketch comedy videos. We make about 35 more a month, all on collegehumor.com and on YouTube.
It's no secret that there's a lot of really talented people who have that idea they've always wanted to do, but they couldn't get a network to buy it or whatever.
You know, if it's something that is brilliant and it comes from online video, I'm a little bit, excited. Well, this is new territory. We don't know where it's going to go yet, and every year there's new things that pop up that haven't been done before and take off, and that's exciting, I think, from a industry perspective.
I think what's great about Comedy Central is that we really are celebrating the voice of the comic. Comedy Central really is about, when you look at all the shows that are on our broadcast side, from Nick Kroll to Amy Schumer to Key and Peele to Tosh, it's really all about really elevating and harnessing their voice. So it's fun for us in digital because that extension definitely applies to us. I'm always really conscious of our brand, and we do connect with young guys, probably similar to CollegeHumor, and there are things that I certainly love that just might be skew outside of the demo a bit, and I still find super funny and really connect with, but I look at things through the eyes of, is this right for our brand and for our audience?
I think that it's unavoidable that the first thing that happens to any of us is, did you respond to that? Do you like that? Sure. And then, yes, then we all have jobs to do, which is, what is defining success for this? Maybe it's revenue, maybe it's all kinds of other things. And, look, if you love something and have a gut feeling that it's going to work, you find a way to define success. I would summarize what we're up to in comedy in a couple ways. One is positioning ourselves as this platform for those shows that could cross over. We like there to be at least a realistic, we're not just lying to ourselves, opportunity for these things to have an afterlife. If it's cutting something together to have one 90-minute version, if it's shooting 22 minutes while we're shooting 10 minutes.
So with the branded stuff, I think what's going to be interesting is that when there's a lot of bad branded content out there, right? Just because the brands are really good. It's such a struggle, at least for us, to try to convince the brands that we're the experts at doing what we do.
Yes.
That's the biggest challenge. We recently worked with a brand, and we made a video, and it was one of the few, we made the video and then showed it to them, and like, oh, we'll sponsor that. So it was great, and we had to actually had to redo it. And then a week later, we made a new video for them, and it's like they forgot. Right. They just instantly had all these notes. It's like a week ago you told us we knew what we were doing, and what happened?
I think clearly we're going to a world where on-demand viewing is a reality, and at Comedy Central, because we are focused on young guys, it's part of our conversation all the time, and we're really conscious of it, and I think everything that we do, particularly from a digital standpoint, and also from the on-air, we're really looking at ourselves as a multi-platform company.
My nephew's 9 years old, and he's always on his iTouch, and that's where he watches all of his content, so I think that generation won't think of television the way that I think of television, right? Where they've had the internet their whole life, which is crazy.
I think it's a little telling. There's something like, I think TV advertising is like a $65 billion business last year in the US, and premium digital video was like 3.5. So TV is still 20 times as large as digital. You can think about what that means, who's watching what. Advertisers certainly think people are still watching TV, or at least the demos they're hitting. But it's changing and it's growing. I think the last thing I read was like 7% year-over-year share shift from TV to online video.
What's cool for us is that we're creating content, original content, around some of the on-air franchises, so that we can really extend out stories and narratives in ways that I think for the creative team gets really exciting, and I think for the fans of the shows.